Welcome to Call to Create or Call to Serve, the podcast where faith meets purpose in the world of business. Hi, I am your host. I am Lakeisha Faith. I am combining the world of business and faith together. And I just want to ask you a question. Have you ever felt torn between launching your own business idea or supporting someone else's vision? You're not alone. So in a world that glorifies entrepreneurship, it can feel like, you're missing out. And I think that's what a lot of us feel like, we're just missing out. And if you're not the one at the top, but the truth is, God uses both creators and supporters to build the kingdom. So today, that's what we're diving into. We're going to ask ourselves an honest question. Are you called to create or are you called to serve? Okay. All right. So let's go in. Let's start with the first thing. Okay. Let's think about God gives us different gifts. Okay. Like in Romans chapter 12, the Bible tells us in Romans chapter 12 that we all have different gifts, right? According to the grace God has given us. Some are called to lead. Some are called to teach. Some are called to give. Some are called to serve. You get my drift. That means not everyone is called to build something from the ground up. And that's okay, right? You might be the visionary, or you might be the one who brings structure to someone else's dream. Both roles are powerful. Both are necessary, okay? So let's think about that, all right? So now that we got that out the way, again, we all have different gifts as explained in chapter 12. So let's think about the second thing, okay? What's the spirit behind the work, okay? So that's the bigger question. It shouldn't be about if I should start a business. It should be, am I operating from obedience or am I operating out of ambition, okay? So that's the right questions, I believe, okay? So entrepreneurship can be godly when God initiates it, okay? But so can helping someone else. If you're shining God's light in your work, lifting up someone else, or being a faithful steward of your talents, then you're in your calling. It doesn't matter whether you're in front or in the back. It's all about you being in what God has called you to do. Okay, great. Okay, so now let's think about something else. Let's go over something else. Let's look at the signs that means you are meant to create. So here are the usual signs that you're a mean to create, okay? So let's start with the first one. Okay, I'm gonna look at my notes here. So it means you may be called to create if you consistently receive God-given gifts and ideas. Okay, you consistently receive God-given ideas and visions. God shows you in a dream. God shows you when you're asleep. God shows you when you're walking by or imagining things or even get prophesied. He shows you different gifts and ideas, right? Okay, so that's another reason. Let's go over the second one. So the second reason is you feel a deep restlessness in your spirit, in your body. You can't sleep good. You feel a deep restlessness until you start that business, until you start to create what God has given to you. Okay. Another sign is if you feel drawn to lead, build, and multiply. Sometimes you like, man, I think it's time for me to go ahead and start that business, or man, I can see about that ministry. I know it can be a little bit better if I bring it here. If I want it, I can see it, adding and being major and big and reaching souls. Okay. And another thing, and if not the last, but not the least, people are waiting for you to make a move. Some of you have people actually waiting for you. They're rooting for you. They're waiting for you to make your move. They're waiting for you to start that business, start that ministry, start baking cakes, writing the books, podcasts, whatever it may be. There are actually people waiting and rooting for you to start, to build. Okay? All right. So those are the signs that you are meant to create. Okay, so let's now go over the signs that you may be called to serve. Okay, so you find joy in supporting, organizing, or stabilizing others. Okay, sometimes you like, man, if I get behind them and I show them that, what I can do, I know if they can see my talents and gifts, I can really bring them up to the next level. I know I can help them move to the next level. And that's a good thing. Again, that's a good thing. Another one is you're skilled at helping others to shine. So that's a great thing. You know how to shine the light. You know how to help someone shine. You know what it takes. That, oh man, I know if he used this light, I know if he used my organizing system or a software system that I put together, it will bring his company, it will bring him to the next level. So that's another good sign. Also, you feel a deep sense of peace when you're behind the scenes. So that's another good thing. Like, some people just don't want to be up front. They don't care to be seen. They don't have to have their name in the lights. They love to be behind the scenes, and they're okay with that. A lot of great movies have what? Great directors, great producers. They're okay with being behind the scene. They want to make it come to life and bring it to light. Okay. And last but not least, that God keeps connecting you to great leaders that will need your light. He connects you to leaders that need your light, that need your talent, that need your gift. And that's okay. Actually, I think that's a great thing. There are many people that have people by their side, whether they're spouses, whether they're a friend or family member, or someone they brought into their business that has helped them, expand. And sometimes that's what's needed. Sometimes it's what you're called to do. And matter of fact, if everyone can't be an entrepreneur anyway, right? Because most entrepreneurs, if all, need a good team, a good person that's be behind them, that's going to root for them, that's going to push them, that's going to take them to the next level. And that's where you come in at. And that's okay. That's where you called to serve. And a lot of times it's less of a burden, less of a hassle, less of a stress, that you being someone that's to push the next person, and maybe just for a season. How many times have we seen people that, used to sing in the background or used to be producers and now actors, now forefront singers, because they started off in the back and they felt comfortable and felt led then to come in the front. So I just wanted to kind of share those things and bring that, because I think a lot of us are having that problem, those issues, trying to figure out, God, what is it am I supposed to do? You have so many people that's saying, okay, everybody should quit their jobs and be an entrepreneur. And that's not the case. So if we're all going to be an entrepreneur, who's going to work, right? And everybody can't just work, because who are we going to work for if there's no entrepreneurs, right? So there has to be that medium. And it's not meant for everybody to stand out and create and some people have to serve, and that's okay. Matter of fact, that can be a gift that you have to serve. It's okay to serve. Matter of fact, I think it's humbling. I think it's a learning experience. Many people serve first. Many leaders serve first before they become upfront and become an entrepreneur, and that's okay. So I'm just rounded it off. I just felt the need, because we see it and I hear it so many times, that even for myself, that we shouldn't chase checks and chase what people telling us and chase what everybody else doing in social media, but we should chase purpose, chase obedience, chase God. Okay, chase God and pray about it. And I hope this has helped you kind of think about what is it that God wants you to do and what you feel led to do. Because again, everybody's not called to serve. Everybody's not called to lead, and it may be just temporary, because a lot of times it is. But even if it's not, it's just all about what God has called you to do and what you feel led to do. So pray about it. Thank you for listening to this episode. I hope this has helped someone, even if it's just a few people. I hope this has helped someone to walk confidently into what God has called them to walk in. Okay, so whether you're called to lead, to serve, to create, to build, whatever it is, walk confidently in it. Pray about it, and hopefully meet me on the next podcast, the next episode, okay? Until next time, stay faithful, stay bold, and keep being a light in wherever you're called to be. All right, God bless.